hasta cierto punto. This is another long one. Hasta cierto punto. This means, or it's very similar to some extent. Okay? There's different ways to say to some extent in Spanish. One of them is hasta cierto punto. So hasta means until or even. Okay? Hasta. Remember, the H sound in Spanish is mute, so there's no sound. So you pronounce this as hasta, hasta, hasta. It means until or even in some situations. Okay. Cierto means when something is true. Okay. Cierto. True. You can even say it by itself, by the way, as an expression. Someone is saying, I don't know, something, and you want to say, that's true. You can say cierto, cierto, or es cierto. Es cierto, it's true. Okay. Punto means dot. Punto means dot or period, you know. Y punto, period. Okay, so remember that for sure. So no literal translation here, definitely. Not literal translation, but it's very similar to the English phrase to some extent. For example, I was reading como siempre. I was reading it, and for some reason I said it out loud. Como siempre, fue un placer verles. Verles azúcar. Thank you. Thank you. Good example. Okay. I would use verte. Verte instead of verles. Verles, remember, les is us or you. No, not us, sorry, you. So, verte. But thank you for sharing the example. Okay. So the first example is, hasta cierto punto fue su culpa. Again, we're using fue. It's a common word in Spanish. Hasta cierto punto fue su culpa. This means to some extent it was their fault. Okay, maybe there was a situation where you're taking all the blame, but you can say, hey, it was also their fault. Okay, it's not all on me. So that's an interesting situation for sure. Hasta cierto punto. That's the phrase that we're learning. By the way, you don't have to worry about changing anything here. It will stay the same. So you can just remember the phrase hasta cierto punto, and you can just use it right away. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, do I need to make it plural, feminine, masculine? Does it have a verb? Do I need to conjugate it? Don't worry about that because it stays the same. So hasta cierto punto, to some extent. Fue means it was. I love the sound of fue. Fue. I don't know. I like it. Fue means it was. Su, their. Culpa, fault. Okay. Su means their, or it's a polite your fault, but it's polite. Su culpa. Fue su culpa. It was their fault. That's what it means. Okay. Excellent. So su also can be used to say his and her, by the way. So this can refer to, it was her fault, or it was his fault, or it was their fault, or it was your fault. Your, but polite, your, formal. Man. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So Let's look at another example. Let's say what we have. Podemos trabajar duro, trabajar. Sorry about that. Podemos trabajar. Trabar means something else. Trabar means to when something gets stuck, you know? Yeah. It means also other things. When something gets jammed, to when you cannot pronounce words well because either you're nervous or I don't know, you're tired or whatever. Yeah, you can use the verb trabar. I had it there, trabar, without the ha. But in this situation, no. We need trabajar, trabajar duro. Pero, but, pero means but. Hasta cierto punto, también, it's a long sentence, necesitamos descansar. Podemos trabajar duro, pero hasta cierto punto también necesitamos descansar. Okay? So this whole sentence means we can work hard, but to some extent, we also need to rest. Amen. Like, yes, it's good to work hard, but you need to rest as well. Okay, that's important. That's important. Podemos means we can. Sí podemos. Yes, we can. Okay. Sí podemos, but we're not talking about sí podemos. We're talking about podemos, only just, only podemos. Podemos means we can. You can say nosotros podemos. Nosotros means we, but we don't need to have it there. You can just say the verb first. That happens often in Spanish. Personal pronouns, we don't use them all the time. Yo, tú, él, vosotros, ustedes, ellos, ellas. We don't need them all the time. So we need the verb, the conjugated verb. So podemos means we can. Trabajar duro. This phrase here means work hard. Okay. Trabajar means to work or work. Duro means hard. Okay. Duro. El pan está duro. The bread is hard. Maybe because it's old. You never know. Trabajar duro, work hard. Pero, but, hasta cierto punto, that's the phrase we're learning, to some extent. También means also and also to. To as in T-O-O, okay? To. Also. Nosotros necesitamos. We don't need nosotros. We need necesitamos, and that means we need. Necesitamos comida. We need food. Necesitamos trabajar. We need to work. Necesitamos estudiar. We need to study. Okay? So necesitamos is a very good word. That means we need. Descansar means to rest. When you, obviously in English, when you add more to the sentence, when using need, you have to, we need to. But in Spanish, well, there's nothing here. You just place the verb in the infinitive form, and that's it. Necesitamos correr. We need to run. Necesitamos hacer ejercicio. We need to exercise. Necesitamos dormir. We need to sleep. Okay? So, very useful. That word is very useful. Excellent. So, hasta cierto punto means to some extent. If you use this in Spanish, man, you're going to sound very, very fluent, very fluent. in Spanish. Excellent.